Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. 61 points game week 13 with a -4 hit. Small green arrows, but my team is still in the Millionaires Club in the overall rank, which is not the easiest thing to admit. It's at 1.4 million. The good news, we still have the chips and double game weeks to come later in the season, and my team value is strong, around 103.5 million. So check it out. I've never done this graph before, and it's pretty cool to get a sense of the overall progress without having to go back to each individual game week. At least my team is moving in the right direction. But look at this terrible start game week 1. I went with Kane and Saka instead of Haaland and Martinelli. And I had two £4 million goalkeepers, Danny Ward and Everson. I went too early for those players, and it cost me a -12 hit game week 3. Around game week 5 was my least favorite moment of the season when I reset the team with template players. But I was already behind, and it was nearly impossible to make up ground without differentials. So that's when I broke away from the template with a game week 8 wildcard, making up over 2 million places in the overall rank. Game week 9 I captained Salah instead of Haaland. He scored 23 points against United. That was an 18-point swing in the wrong direction. Plus that -12 hit, that's 30 points just like that. And we are facing another dilemma with the captaincy this week because Haaland is so tired, he has a fever and a knock in his feet. I don't even know what that means. So here we go, game week 13 review. I'll start with the captain, Haaland, 26 points. The main reason why I captained Haaland over Salah was because key players were out for Liverpool, and it's easier to defend against Salah when he's the only threat. Liverpool's lineup was leaked before deadline. No Luis Diaz, Jota, Darwin, Thiago wasn't playing. Some managers thought, Darwin is out, I'm captaining Salah because he's playing as a central striker. And I'm thinking, Liverpool's attack is weaker without Darwin. So just like no Richarlison and Kulusevski affects Kane and Son, no Aubameyang and Sterling affected Mount when I had him blank game week 12. And that was the reason why I captained Haaland over Salah. We have to consider all the factors, their team, and not just the individual player. Manchester City were at full strength. They had a week's rest, while Liverpool played the early Saturday kickoff after a difficult midweek game against West Ham with Declan Rice, who never stops running. So that was the captaincy. Another standout performer was Andreas Pereira, 10 points. Only 3 players have created more chances than Andreas this season. Blue on the left is chances created, gray on the right is player price. De Bruyne is creating 2.9 chances per pound, Salah 2.2, Pereira is creating 5.9 chances per pound. Out of all the players in FPL, Pereira is actually in the top 5 for most chances created and assists this season, and he cost just 4.6 million. If Pope and Trippier were to concede, I was hoping it was Kane who scored. Kane 8 points, goal, and 2 bonus. He also scored a late winner in the Champions League, then VAR took 4 minutes, and when they finally showed the screen, I was expecting this amazing technology, and instead, they drew the lines on the screen with crayons. Mitrovic, 6 points. Only 2 players have scored more league goals than Mitrovic this season, Haaland and Kane. That's 25 points on my bench this week. Leon Bailey was incredible, 13 points, goal and an assist, and it could have been more. My personal notes on Bailey and all the games are going to be on the Game Week 14 blog post at upper90studios.com. Now the negatives. Mark Gahey, 0 points. Back-to-back yellow cards means he's now on 4 yellows for this season. 1 more and he will be suspended. So many popular attackers blanked Game Week 13. Foden was benched, Martinelli blanked, Saka is popping up in the Elite 64 League with 23% ownership. He also blanked. Zaha 1 point, Bowen, Ivan Toney, Solanke 1 point. He was closest to scoring before he was subbed off injured before halftime, and that was super unlucky for his owners in fantasy. It all came down to 1 or 2 key players game week 13 and the captaincy decision. So what's the plan for game week 14? The plan is to roll the transfer, so I have 2 free transfers next week. Here's my current game week 14 team. Haaland is playing the early Saturday game, and we could see early lineup leaks for Manchester City. I don't intend on selling Haaland if he's out for just 1 game. I trust my bench to step up, as it did when Mitrovic was out. This is my watch list. Cresswell has looked great at both ends of the pitch. The only problem is the fixtures, and it's easier for Cresswell owners to keep him than non-owners to bring him in. Ben White has been more attacking recently, assist to Xhaka game week 13. Saka is always involved, and I forgot to include Odegaard. My notes on all the Arsenal players are on the Game Week 14 blog post. If Almiron becomes a popular template pick, I may counter with a budget Everton midfielder, assuming Calvert-Lewin keeps improving. Darwin Núñez showed no signs of a hamstring problem that made him miss Game Week 13. He and Salah scored in the Champions League, and they play Leeds next, who are coming off 4 consecutive defeats. Kane has been super consistent, and he is due a hat-trick. Bournemouth up next. Their goalkeeper Neto is out with a hamstring problem. The main concern is that Kane is being pushed by Antonio Conte 90 minutes every single game, and his potential decreases with Son out of form. Richarlison and Kulusevski are still out, which is why I prefer Haaland and Salah over Kane for the captaincy. Haaland has De Bruyne, Foden, Bernardo Silva, Grealish, Mahrez. Salah has Firmino and Darwin. Kane and Son are on their own. So Haaland is currently set as captain, Salah vice-captain. And don't worry if your team isn't exactly where you'd like it to be. There's plenty of time to make up ground, and the gaps between the ranks are small. I hope you like my video. Your support is what keeps this channel going. Thank you for the likes, subscribes, all your positive comments, and I wish you big green arrows game week 14. So that's going to be a wrap for today. Stay tuned for my next video. If you like my music, all my songs are free on the website. See the link in the description. U90 Mini League. Good at FPL? Join U90 Mini League for a chance to win. Be sure to follow at Upper 90 Studios on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, where you get an inside scoop before YouTube. And if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on your post notifications, because this season is going to be epic. Don't forget to subscribe to our email list and get your free fixture difficulty cheat sheet. Click the fantasy tab at upper90studios.com. Thanks for watching. See you soon.